going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good one, even on 9 times 10. And that's not the case, but hey, you gotta keep on thriving, you gotta keep on striving, gotta keep on living. We are back. I just did a few miles. I don't know how long the run was, but it was a nice day outside. It was actually sunny, and that's why I'm shooting right now. So I have natural light coming in, so I don't even need to use my light, just because there's no need. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh my god, like we're actually gonna get a nice looking video today. But yeah, so what was it? How's the week been? The week has been absolutely different. Man, I wouldn't say it took a lot of L's because there's no such thing, right? But man, there was I didn't get a single close the entire week. I had opportunities to, don't get me wrong, I had plenty of opportunities. I just fumbled. I fumbled, man. And I knew it came down to a mindset, and that's what we're going to be talking about, the mindset therapy. It really came down to just my attitude. I was getting on every call, and I wasn't preparing. I was writing down real quick what their information is, what their background is, all that stuff, and then I hop on the call, and then I would try talking to them, but then I didn't really have anything grained or anything ready to, give to them. So it was kind of a moment where I was like, damn, it was frustrating. It was frustrating to say the least, because a lot of them were follow-ups, and that's fine. Sometimes you need to do a follow-up with a client, but some of the clients on there, you could really tell like they were not, serious. And it's like, it comes down to that attitude. I came onto it, and the conversations were great. It didn't work out in my favor. So keyword in my favor. It should never work out in my favor. It should work out in their favor. See, it's the attitude switch. Yeah, so it's been kind of rough. And then, calisthenics has been doing good, but I was trying to do a PR, man. And I did my old PR, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do. I took like 20 tries trying to do a muscle up with weight on, and it just didn't work out. And the sleep schedule's been terrible. The sleep schedule's been atrocious. I think it's the feeling of not wanting to go to bed because you feel like you didn't do anything productive. It's something that I'm working on, because I even had it last night where I was staying up, and that's not me. I know that's not me. One thing though that's very powerful that I realized, and I was watching Arnold yesterday, the documentary. He was like, I have no time to use my emotions. I have no time to think about stuff. I have no time to do this. I have no time to be depressed, because at the end of the day, I gotta work. I gotta keep on doing. Like, there's just no time out of the day. I have a vision, and that's all that matters. And he basically said, like, remove your feelings. Your feelings are not doing anything for you. Your feelings are irrelevant at this point. There shouldn't be any sort of feelings whenever you're trying to get to somewhere. And that was huge. That's something that I picked up really hard. And I feel like it came in the nick of time, right? Because it was the last day yesterday on Friday. I was sitting there and I was just like, man, like, we got to figure it out. There's got to be a way. I'm not going to just sit here and, bitch out and just be like, oh, I feel bad for myself. No, there's got to be a way. So mindset shift in the morning and evening time, the power of snapping in and out of consciousness. So we're going to dive into a few things, right? So your emotions have no actions. That's exactly what I meant with Arnold. There isn't really much to it. If you can remove those emotions, you'll do a lot better. And that's what I didn't realize, right? So to tie into this, and real quick, right before we continue, I want to make sure. Anyway, we are back. I was trying to adjust the light set just in case if I needed extra light. Anyway, mindset shift, morning and evening time. One of the bigger things that I realized when it comes to something like this, and the times that I was keeping that consistency, which I'm in a big reboot right now, but the mindset in the morning is, you have to write some sort of affirmations down. Write some sort of affirmations down that tie to who you want to be throughout the rest of the day. And I only say that because a lot of times we get up, and I've been doing this lately and I have to stop it, but I've been getting up and I'll just go about my day. I would just try to go get a workout in. I just try to go do this, go do that, get ready for the day, go to work. And it's not the best way to actually go about it. So the moment you wake up, if you have some sort of list of things you have to say to yourself to get the day started, that'll set you up mentally to get your day started, where you're not worrying about too much stuff. It's a reset. It's a reset, because you basically have your 10 commandments that you follow every day that will lead you to where you want to be. right? As for the evening time, it's the same thing. If you think about it, when you spout out the last few sentences of your day, like right when you're about to go to bed, and you kind of say that in regards to it, there's a mental programming that you do, right? If you think about it, if you were to spout out an entire list of things you stand for, list of things you support, you absolutely trust, and you were to, that was the last thing you were to say to that day, the idea is your body's gonna have 8 hours or 7 hours of sleep, and that's the last thought that's gonna come into its mind. So you're naturally gonna program yourself to start believing in exactly what you're saying and putting the parts and putting the action into there. So that's part of it, right? And so the power of snapping in and out of consciousness, I think it's kind of weird, right? I have these moments where I sort of have an out of body experience. I have a lot of them where naturally, like, I'll phase out, and it's like my entire soul, like my person, is just outside of my own self. I know it's kind of weird to talk about, but it's weird. When you snap in and out of consciousness, you start to realize it puts a lot of things into perspective. Say if you're having a bad day, I'd say, right, look at a wall. Like, look at a corner of a wall and just simply just look at it, right? And then try to think of yourself as someone. It's so hard to explain, but try to think of yourself. If I were to look at a wall right now, right? I'm looking at a wall, not really saying anything. Try to get into consciousness of yourself that you're like, okay, I'm actually, like, this is me. Like, this, I'm actually here. This is my life. Okay, I'm a human. You know what I'm saying? If you go into a deep state of just, staring straight at something, and you start to think and you start to look around with your hands and everything, you start to realize, like you get those reality. I don't know if that's something that I just went through, and now I'm able to think in and out of consciousness, where I'm just like, I'm like zoned out, but then like I feel like I'm out of body. But it's a weird thing, but I feel like it puts you into perspective a lot of times to say, if I have a bad day, I'll do it, and naturally I'll be like, what is going on? Like, all these problems that I'm thinking, like, are they even problems? Like, are we even real? Like, I'll have those moments. But yeah, it's today's conversation really is sparse, and I understand that, and it really comes down to the fact that your emotions will drive the rest of your day. It'll drive the rest of how you operate, and if you don't keep those emotions in check and you don't keep them in the back burner, you basically hide them. If you are able to keep your emotions in check and only tap into those emotions when necessary, rather than tapping into it whenever you don't feel like it, or you get up and you're like, I don't want to get up, all this stuff, and then no. That is one of the bigger things that when Arnold talked about it, and it was the perfect timing. I was just like, you're right, you just got to keep on fucking doing shit. You got to keep on doing stuff. You got to keep on elevating. But I know this is a little small one, this is a little random, sparse. For the people watching in the future, is probably gonna be like, Mendoza was probably tired today. I wasn't tired, but definitely just a little. I need to resurface everything. It's my birthday tomorrow, so we're just gonna do a few things. We're gonna get everything organized, get everything set for the week, and then just conquer. Probably gonna treat myself to some food, but like if I don't eat the rest of the other days. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I hope absolutely whatever day it is, you absolutely kill it, and just go with the mindset. If there's one thing I want to leave you with, is get rid of your emotions and just do it. Not sponsored by Nike, by the way. Anyway, from the top of the world, boundaries still don't exist. At the bottom of the depths where life still lives, do you dare to dream? As a matter of fact, do you dare to take the next step? I'll see y'all later.